Let's check out the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. As you look at Memphis, Clark, what will be the key facing off against the Hornets?
Well, Kev, it's all about valuing the pumpkin. Take care of the ball. They've been on a tear over the last 15 games. The turnover story has really been important. Minimizing the turnovers, squeezing the orange. They've gotten much better in that area. As a result, they're more efficient. The one thing you've got to try to do is disrupt their rhythm and flow. Make them uncomfortable. Try to force them into mistakes.
Clark, what about New Orleans? What should they key on?
Well, they'll want to keep an eye on Marc Gasol. He has an unquestioned knack for working himself to the free throw line. So they've got to be smart defensively. Don't foul him. Challenge his shots without fouling.
It ought to be a compelling game to watch. Thanks, Clark. And it's the Hornets with the ball, following the score by Memphis.
That's great hustle there, Kevin. Persistence pays.
To Gasol. Conley. Into Zach Randolph. Shoots from the post.
You knew that one was good as soon as he released it. That's cash money.
On defense, Memphis getting their first look of the season at this Hornets team.
Coming from the same division, they'll play 3 more after tonight.
And here are the Grizzlies with it. Here's Gay. Lays it in off the glass. Now Paul. Last time, 14 points for him. Okafor goes up, lays it right in.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
So it's Memphis now. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
You know, Kevin, I think it sort of came down to the fact they did not have to deal with a lot of pressure from the defense they were facing. Had they been up against a good defense, it could have easily been a different story.
And here is Mayo, averaging 23 points per contest. Releases. That's good. Now Paul. 4-point game. Okafor in the post. He's against Randolph.
You can't fault that shot since he was wide open, but he may have rushed it just a little bit.
Gay with it, averaging 20 points per game. On the shot clock. Chris Paul grabs the miss.
And that makes them 4 or 5 now. Their first miss of the game. Terrific start thus far.
Here's Grant. It's in.
That's too easy. The D's got to get to him about 8 feet further out.
Here's Conley, averaging 12 points a game. Mayo backs in. Drains the easy jumper.
Terrific shot there. He had a taller defender on him, but he created just enough space to get the jumper up inside.
Now Paul, averaging 18 points a game. And here is West. Gasol gets the defensive 3-second call. While we have a break in the action, now let's check out the league's best shooting teams. Look at New Orleans, the most efficient team in the NBA in terms of scoring.
With all of the great shooters they have, it's almost easy to think that they would shoot a high percentage. But there's some other factors at play here. They're unselfish, they set good screens, they move well without the ball, and they're disciplined in that they don't take just any shot. They want the best shot available, and that's usually what they get.
Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings out west. You look at Memphis, holding on to second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far. And checking out New Orleans, 5 games behind.
The crowd has really embraced this winning streak, and they become part of it, Kevin. I mean, when a crowd has a team that's playing well, then they become almost the sixth man in pushing that team to its highest level of performance.
Here's Diagu. It's good.
Just like they drew it up in practice, Kevin. Sweet dish inside.
Lead pass, Mayo. Oh!
Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
Now Paul, still looking to get on the scoreboard. To Armstrong. Grant. To Armstrong. It's stolen by Ford.
Great jump on the dump inside.
Here's Mayo, fouled as he went in for the jam. The D saved the dunk, and he'll shoot free throws. Chris Paul picks up that one.
A good smart foul there to stop the easy dunk.
He knocks down the first one. There's been a lot of focus on O.J. Mayo, both on and off the floor, Clark, and he has had to live in that spotlight.
He has lived in it, and I think he's done an admirable job. He's really conducted himself well, and he's been coachable, and he's been a hard worker, not only on offense, but at the defensive end of the floor. That's what's impressed me most. This guy wants to be good, he's willing to be coached, and he puts in the time and effort to improve his game.
One guy who's been getting it done is O.J. Mayo.
He came out aggressively right from the start, looking to get his shot, and he's delivered so far. It's hard to keep it up once the defense starts to make some adjustments, though.
Well, if he keeps shooting at this rate, it won't be long before that happens. Here's Ford. The shot no good. The Hornets go the other way with the ball. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
I think they kept the opposition really off balance for most of the game. They prevented any kind of rhythm or real flow from developing and forced a lot of turnovers in the process.
And here is Ford, following the score by New Orleans. In close, it counts, and the foul.
That's his second.
Chris Paul picks up that one.
Second team foul.
Some changes for the Hornets. He completes the three-point play. And here are the Hornets now. They trail by 6. Grant connects from in close. He has 6.
That's a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
Here's Ford. Daniels corrals the miss inside. The Grizzlies have taken the early lead.
Well, they've been the beneficiary of quite a few turnovers. They've made fewer mistakes, and that's why they're ahead.
And we end an exciting first quarter. The score, 17-13. Welcome to the start of the second quarter, and so far it's been a great game, closely contested by both teams. Now Paul, looking for his first bucket of the game.
Substitutions on the court.
Here's Conley. The lead is 2. Randolph inside. West on him. 6 seconds to shoot. Here's Gasol, laid in softly off the glass. Nice bucket by the 2-year man out of Spain.
Just put the ball in his hands, Kevin, and watch him go to work. He's going to make something good happen.
And here is West, working on Randolph. Shoots it up.
Well, he gives up some height, but he didn't give up the rock. Nice board.
Memphis leading. Grant gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And here is Mayo. He's got 8. Conley puts in the agile reverse layup.
What an acrobatic finish. I love the dunk, but you got to give it up for that kind of layup.
The Hornets trail. The handoff to West. Working on Randolph. To Okafor. Here's Paul. No luck on the three-point attempt.
Wide open. That's just daring a guy to shoot the long ball, and he couldn't make him pay.
Shot's good from West. Here's Conley. just over 3 minutes left in the second. So timeout called here, the first for Memphis. Some adjustments for both teams.
Substitutions on the court.
And here is Ford, averaging 13 points a contest. Nice shot by Randolph.
Great execution on the inbounds play, and they get the basket.
Here's Okafor, buries the short-range jumper. 8 points for him. It's a close game here in New Orleans. To the paint, Gasol lays it in. Sweet time to lead him to the rack.
Way to distribute the basketball.
And here are the Hornets now. 6-point game. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. Gay with it. 6-point game. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Grizzlies. Now Paul. Not on the scoreboard yet. Here's Grant. Gets in close. Gasol with the rebound.
You can't D up a layup any better than that. Nice work.
And here's what's coming up next Monday. Out in Boston, we'll watch the Celtics. They'll be hosting the Los Angeles Clippers. That one's scheduled for a tip-off at 7:30 Eastern.
You know they're going to be extra hyped up for this one.
You're right. And here are the Hornets now, after the made shot from Zach Randolph. To Posey. Picked by West. Here's Okafor. He gets hammered and he'll head to the line. They get Marc Gasol. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the New Orleans Hornets. They'll be facing the Denver Nuggets. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road.
Okafor, shooting 2.
He can't get the first. And the Grizzlies with some adjustments here. He's off on the second. The Grizzlies with a bucket here could make it a double-digit game. Shot by Mayo is no good. Here are the Hornets with the ball. Trailing here by 8. Grant guarded by Ford. Armstrong to Grant. Almost a 3-point opportunity. Instead, he'll go to the line for 2. That's on TJ Ford.
Tough interior defense means not allowing easy baskets. Good foul.
He gets them both.
When you're trailing and trying to come back, this is a good way of extending the game. When you've got players that have a knack or the ability to draw fouls, when they attack the rim, they typically can get the call and get themselves to the strike.
And here is Ford. Randolph backs him down. Connects on the baseline jumper. 8 points for him.
Talk about a difficult shot. The defender was breathing down his neck, so he faded away and lofted it over the top. Beautifully done.
And it's Okafor missing. Here comes TJ Ford. Ford dumps it off. Stolen away.
Just because you can pass at the last second doesn't mean you should make a habit of it.
Snatched away.
Things got jammed up near the rim, and that left a golden opportunity for the steal.
Grant gets called for the reach, and that's his second foul of the game. Here's Conley.
Second team foul. Substitutions on the court.
And here are the Grizzlies now. 9-point game. Here's West from short range. Finishes with the soft touch. 9 points in the game so far.
He's really been efficient in the quarter so far. I love the way he's looking for his offense.
Gasol, right wing. Here's Conley. Connects off the screen. They push the lead to 9.
Nice screen to set up the J. Excellent offensive execution right there.
Grant knocks it down from 19 feet. Sweet touch by the rookie out of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Here comes Michael Conley. Grant is tagged with the reach. That's his third foul.
Grant. That's
Now a chance to check out the top NBA block leaders. Well, you look at Gasol, 5th in the league in patrolling the paint.
You better know where he is when you get close to the rim. I mean, this is a guy that really attacks shot attempts. He's there for one reason and one reason alone, and that's to be a goalie in basketball. He wants to deny everything that comes around the goal.
And here are the Hornets now. The Grizzlies making the shot. Picked away by Mayo.
To get back into this game, Kevin, they need to really concentrate on limiting the turnovers. I mean, it hasn't been terrible for them, but it's still hurting their cause.
assisted by Mayo.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. 11-point game. You're right, Clark. When you're down, you can't just give away opportunities like that.
Well, the margin of error is much smaller when you're trailing and trying to come back, so everything is much more important, but turnovers always are self-destructive.
And here is Mayo, following the miss by David West. To Randolph. It's tipped. Gay. The three. That's good. He's got 9.
This is called you must extend your defense, especially on the three-point margin.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Substitutions.
And here's what's happening this Friday. It'll be Hasheem Thabeet and the Memphis Grizzlies as they'll host the Oklahoma City Thunder. Tip-off is set for 7 o'clock Eastern.
They're a lot of fun to watch right now.
Right.
He's been getting after it offensively, but they're still trailing here. One guy can only do so much.
Here comes Michael Conley. He has 6. Right block. Here's Gay. Drops.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. They trail by 14. Here's what Memphis has lined up on their schedule. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. And he makes the first one. He gets them both. And here is Mayo. He's got 10. 47 seconds left in the third. And it's the Hornets with the ball. To Armstrong, right wing. Here's Grant, puts the hammer down. 14 points for him.
He's just too quick for his man. Left him in the rearview mirror and knocked it down.
Here comes Michael Conley. 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Five on the shot clock. Gay. No good from three-point land. We're at the end of the third, and it's a double-digit game. The score, 50-40. Rudy Gay has played his heart out.
Yeah, not flashy numbers, but his presence has definitely been felt out there. It's the little things, Kevin. He's getting them done.
The fourth quarter about to get started here in what's been an entertaining game.
It's amazing, I'm the reason everybody fired up this evening. I'm exhausted.
Here's Conley. He's got 6. To Gasol. He's against Okafor. Five on the shot clock. The dump off to Gasol. And it's Emeka Okafor with the rebound.
An outstanding pick there, and he still couldn't get the basket. Next time he gets a look that good, he's got to make it count.
And here is Mayo. He's got 10. Here's Conley. Off the mark from 3.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Drops it in on the layup.
These clubs have been lighting up the scoreboard all game long.
Stolen by Grant. All alone. Who crushed the hard? He would not be denied, and he'll have a chance to make it a 3-point play. Michael Conley picks one up.
First team foul. Grant, shooting 1.
Good for the 3-point play.
This is a positive trend for them. They've hit all of their free throws in this half so far. That's a good sign. Get to the line and knock them down.
Here's Conley. 6 points for him. And here is Mayo, defended by Paul. To end the run.
Mayo.
And here are the Hornets now. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. It's tipped. The steal by the Grizzlies. Gay flushes it with the one-handed jam.
There's high percentage shots, and then there are 100% shots. That's as close as it gets right there.
The Hornets trail. Picked by West. To Stojakovic. Jacks up the triple. And O.J. Mayo pulls it down. Memphis leading. Down low. Here's Randolph. Conley leads the game in assists. Here are the Hornets with the ball. 9-point game. Stojakovic knocks it down from the right block. Nice shot by the 12th-year veteran out of Serbia. The Grizzlies should look to use some clock here. From close range, nails it from close range.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
On defense, Memphis. They've led by as many as 14 points.
That's the way to manufacture your shot against the taller defender. Solid effort.
Here's Gay. No good. And New Orleans will take it the other way. The Hornets still have time here.
That's right, but they've got to keep their composure. Got to play with poise. Stay cool and keep chipping away at it.
And it's hauled in by Gay. Here comes Michael Conley. 6 points for him. And here is Mayo. Here's Randolph. West on him. Randolph can't hit.
Kevin, that's the kind of shot you want. You can't ask for better execution on offense, but sometimes they just don't fall.
Lead pass. West inside.
He's showing some signs of life here in the second after having a very forgettable first half.
Running out of time. Less than 1 minute left. Here's Mayo. The three won't fall. And it's the Hornets with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Grant cans it from in close. 25 points in the game.
Kevin, that's what you expect from him. When the pressure's at its highest, with the game on the line, that's when he's at his best.
Here's Conley. And here is Mayo. 6 seconds to shoot. Let's loose for 3. Conley gets the bucket.
Healthy lead, and with smart play the rest of the way, they should be able to win this.
The Hornets call time. They're down by 6. 14 seconds left in the game. Clark, what are your thoughts?
You have to be impressed by their tenacity. Still fighting, but the odds are definitely not in their favor. They need to hit a quick shot here, preferably a 3, and then foul.
Now Paul. Here's Stojakovic. Answers right back with a 3 of his own.
Classic case of one good 3 deserves another.
The Grizzlies will take a timeout. They're up by 3. 3 seconds left to the fourth. The Hornets will go for the intentional foul. They still got to foul them a second time to get into the penalty and send them to the stripe.
Yep, they'll send them to the line and hope for some misses. That's their only hope right now.
The Hornets will foul to stop the clock.
They had the foul, but he's the last guy you want to put on the line. He doesn't miss often.
Mayo, shooting 2.
Sinks the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Doesn't get the second. Here's Okafor. Off target. The Grizzlies length the distance as they outlast the Hornets 62-58. For his steady play, O.J. Mayo is our Jordan Brand player of the game.
Well, he was the initiator and the playmaker